Sorry about that. My camera glitched. Happens. So this guy that I'm going to talk about here, his name is EJ Wells. He owns a company called HAPPYLAND Studios. I've never smelled any of EJ Wells' fragrances, not once, no samples, no nothing. So to me, this is a real first-time review, and I'm absolutely going to dig it. So without further ado, I would like to introduce you to HAPPYLAND Studios. I got 3 fragrances from EJ Wells. EJ Wells is a very nice guy. In some of my other videos, you will see where I talked about me and EJ and our minor compared to a lot of people's past issues. Glad we could work past it. Appreciate it. And I'm happy to get my hands on some HAPPYLAND. I have 3 fragrances from them. I'm just going to give you take off the cap first smell impressions of it, because I really think these from all the hype that I hear from them, and I hardly ever hear anybody talk bad about them. Some don't like them as much as others do. Mr. Miami Cuddles is someone who is absolutely insanely in love with these things. Cool. Everybody's got their opinions of things, and I see other people who like them but aren't as enthusiastic about Mr. Miami Cuddles. But we're going to give EJ Wells his credit, and his credit is he gave me 3 fragrances. I purchased 3 fragrances, and we are going to give first impressions of those. So to start off with, I got a nice little felt bag. I got 3 of them. 1 came in a felt bag. The other 2 are in another felt bag. Nice touch. Not a presentation guy, but when you get something with felt bags, you got to let them know it's nice. So without further ado, the first one I pull out of the bag is 7. Now, the very last time that I ever talked to EJ Wells, 7 was just on the market. It was getting ready to come out, and I was actually pumped up about getting the fragrance, and then, you know, things happen. But nonetheless, guys, let me get my sniffer on this because I can smell it already. This is Parfum d'Extrait. I will not comment on what other people have said about projection and longevity. I will do my own videos of those because they all deserve it. So I'm just going to put my sniffer on it and tell you my first impressions. So let's get to it. That's really nice. I mean, that's really nice. That's kind of got it's a mixture, and I know how EJ Wells does this stuff, and mad respect for that alone. Very kind of Adventa-esque, not really, but kind of gives you that instant freshy blast like like an Aventus was. And there's just something else in there. Of course, like I said, I'll do a full review. I just want to get my nose on, let you guys know maybe what it smells like if I can tell you, and if it's good or not. And this, so far, this is very wearable. If this stays anything like it smells out the cap, which everybody knows things change, but if this smells like anything out the cap, this is going to be something I want to wear every day. Truth. Let's move on to the next one. Next one is Paisley Sky. Oh, my camera just don't want to, it just don't want to do it. So let me get my sniffer on this. I have not sniffed these yet, guys. I wanted to give these all to you guys. Okay. All right. You know, just to be honest and keep it honest like I always do, I don't find anything stand outish about this one from the sniffer. But dude, things change when you put things on. So these are all going to get wearings from me, every last one of them. I have 7 bottles from Duo. They're all going to get wearings. So 7 right now is the choice. I've only got 3, but I want to go ahead and get them all out there. So let's get to the very last one, and that would be Barbershop. Now, your boy DB is old-fashioned in a way. I do like my old fragrances, and one of the fragrances that I always used to love was any kind of person that was wearing Barbershop back when I was a kid. Matter of fact, my dad used to take me to a barbershop, used to put the tonic on you and all that stuff. Man, it smelled so good. That's usually back then when I smelled good anyway. My dad wasn't into cologne, so he had Avon car cologne sitting everywhere, but I never remember him wearing them. So Let's see what barbershop smells like. Oh, interesting. Tobacco, a burnt that, how can I say it without, I'll just say it. He won't care. That lit cigar smell. Ashy lit cigar smell is what I get out of this right away. Once again, things change. Not bad smell by any means. I actually didn't like tobacco vanilla from Tom Ford because of the burnt cigar smell, but I think the vanilla is what really took away from that. So this one, wow, okay, all right, good job, EJ. Man, they're nice, man. It would have to be 7 Barbershop and Paisley Sky just from first sniff as to what I like off the dot. So let's get into the other fragrances I got. The other 4 are samples, not full bottles. And the first one that I got, that one don't have anything written on it. This would be Erosion of Creation E. No. Unless that really dies down into something different, this is not going to be for me. This, I'm going to tell you what this smells like off the dot. I will do a full review on it because it's Erosion and it's expensive, and I have not done Erosion, but this to me smells like one of them old, you ever go into a really old grocery store, like the Ball and Paul owned, private owned ones, not your Food Lions or anything like that, but if you're older, you remember we used to have grocery stores that were owned by people, or even a store, and what they did was they used that cheap lemon cleaner. That's what you get out of this. This smells like sweaty lemon floor cleaner grocery store smell. I'm already sick, but I think I might be a little bit more. But we'll test it out and find out. I almost don't want to put that on. I ain't going to lie. And this is another expensive one, and I cannot remember, so I apologize. But I will find out, and I will drop it down in the comments section of what it is. Now that one smells nice. Can't remember what I traded for. I mean, I traded. I just can't remember. Daggone. That sucks. Max Aroma. Good. So now, let's move on to the next one. This one comes from a guy whose name is Mario Charvet. I will put a picture of his Facebook picture, his Facebook profile down at the bottom. I got 2 from him, and I don't know why I'm on a Mancera kick. I apologize, but dude, I'm just on a Mancera kick. First one he gave me is one that I've been wanting to try for a while, Hindu Kush. Let's give it a first sniffer. No, it does not smell anything like I thought it would smell. A lot of people were saying Hindu Kush had more of a, not off the dot, but anyway, not off the dot anyway, but a lot of people said it had a, I guess marijuana type smell. Would definitely smell like something along that. No need to introduce this one, I wouldn't hope. But this is, God almighty, what's up with my camera today? It's Black Phantom by Killian. This is my favorite. I was about out, so I decided to get me another decant because I love it. It's my favorite. God, I just love Black Phantom. I love it. So, hey guys, that was the bulk of my, I do have some other things coming. A buddy of mine has sent me a bunch of samples. I do not know what's in it. I thank him so much for that. I will give him a shout out when that time comes. But hey, that's what I got today, guys. Thank you, EJ Wells, for, you know, I know I bought them, but I also got a pretty big discount on them. I appreciate that. Listen, these are, I'm going to say this in every video. I don't really care. These are the companies we need to be supporting. These are the little small guys who have gone out of their way. I don't care if they're clone houses or not. Okay? They deserve our love. They deserve our respect simply because if you can take the time to put out good scents and an Eau de Parfum extrait, then you deserve to have it worn. And I'm infatuated with this 7. I got a funny feeling this is going to be a highly liked fragrance in my collection. Thank you, brother. Supporting. I will put a link down at the bottom. Maybe even put it in this video to where you can purchase these. I do not have a code. If EJ would like to comment and put a code down there, he's more than welcome to. I do not expect that from people who I buy things from, but if he wants to do that, he's more than welcome. But thanks for spending a couple minutes with me, guys. I do not feel well, so I will get off of here. I just wanted my viewers to have anything, but want to give my final thoughts just on something. I'm not going to go into detail. Fragcom is broken, guys. If you can go into Fragcom and just make anything up and the masses fall for it, it's a broken, flawed system. If you can go in there and call somebody anything in the book, make a comment about anything in the book, and people flop onto it, it always seems like, you know, you can do all the good in the world you want. You can go and give food to the homeless every day and go broke yourself. But make one mistake and watch what happens. Your good deeds are never remembered, but it seems like your mistakes are never forgotten. That's the problem with Fragcom. You got too many elite people in Fragcom who have too much money, too much time, and are compensating for something in their life that they have to get onto other people and down them and drag out one of their bad flaws. I hope and pray that you guys that have damaged my reputation in this community do not slip up, because I will catch it. And when you do slip up, I'm going to make sure. There's a guy specifically, I won't mention his name because I don't believe he's ever said anything about me. I have dirt on this guy. He owns 40-some Aventus batches. I mean, they're all over the place. You can see his pictures. He's got them everywhere, and like he buys every batch there is. But yet alone, this dude has come out and offered to buy a fake bottle of Creed from me. And I have the proof, so I'm not spreading any rumors around. He wanted to buy a fake bottle of Creed from me, knowing it was a fake bottle of Creed. It was the first bottle I ever bought of niche quality, and I got screwed on it on eBay. It was through the Russian Federation. I could not get my money back in one way, shape, or form. I don't know how that ever happened. But anyway, so I did forget one, so let me go ahead and put this in there. I bought this off a gentleman yesterday, and I just want to say I'm not impressed with this at all. It does not remind me anything that I smell. Maybe it does in a dry down, but this is Sensual Obsessions version of Back to Black by Killian. Not impressed, in my opinion. Doesn't it's a very cheap version of it, but we'll leave it at that. Guys, quit it in this Fragcom community. Can you guys just please for 1 minute see these dip dudes for what they are? A bunch of social proprietors, piranhas that get on here and feed off of everybody. And when you don't feed into them, then you're an outcast in the community. That's exactly what happened, guys. I used to give these guys tons of money by entering into their raffles. As soon as I went to go make a raffle or a waffle, they didn't want to jump aboard with mine. Even though they didn't have the fragrance, they made every excuse in the book why they couldn't jump on and help me out. So I did it again and posted another one, the same thing. But here they are, these people are making thousands of dollars a day off of these bottles and don't want to give back. That is a piranha. That is a social pariah. Those are the people that take and suck this Fragcom community for everything it's worth and don't leave a drop. But yet we keep feeding into their BS. I know all these guys. They're all that way. And they come across as very good guys, but all they do is sell fragrances. They don't give anything back to the community. They suck and they suck and they suck and they suck. And when the well is dry, they hitch up and go somewhere else. There's one guy on here, I won't mention his name, but his profile picture is of a Batman mask. complaining and whining that he couldn't sell his stuff in another group, so he created his own. And when you go into that group, you cannot sell. Only he can sell in that group. He was one of the very first people to jump on me when I made my very first wrong decision. He even agreed to help make it right, but of course he didn't. The same thing with this guy. He's a social piranha who gets on these sites and boo-hoos and cries when you don't go with him, but doesn't want to do jack to help you out. That's the problem in this community. Us small-time reviewers are up and coming, okay? Us small-time reviewers are being watched by the bigger guys who not all of them, there's some who just can't speak their mind because of obligations. I understand that. I'm not mad at you. I'll do the job for you. But our job is to take these entitleists that are at the top of the food chain who are doing nothing for the fragcom community, but making you spend your money on stuff they say smells great, and that's usually almost every fragrance. Here you are buying money, using your hard-earned money to buy these fragrances that these people are saying smell absolutely wonderful. It's just not for them. And then you get pissed off because you bought a whole bottle and you spent $250 on the bottle, and now you have to take a cut at $150 because that's what Fragrance X and everybody else sells it for. It's one big game, guys. Quit feeding into the game. Quit doing it. Stop being a puppet to everybody. Be a master to yourself. That's my wisdom for today. This DB, and I just took you behind the nonsense. Y'all have a good one.